Secretary Blinken, congratulations on your confirmation and for your service to our country. You identified as the administration's top priorities strengthening global health security and also identified managing our relationship with China as your top priorities. I applaud the administration for identifying those priorities, but it's precisely why I'm so dismayed by the President's decision on January 21st to rejoin the World Health Organization, an international organization that was a co-conspirator in covering up the COVID-19 outbreak in Wuhan, parroting the CCP's propaganda and disinformation, leading to millions of deaths worldwide. Secretary, how does rejoining an organization that aided and abetted China's cover-up strengthen global health security, and how does this not send the very regrettable signal, as you head to Alaska next week to meet with your Chinese counterparts, that this administration simply is not serious about holding the CCP accountable?
I think the answer to that is straightforward. Our prospects for reforming the World Health Organization, which very much needs it, I agree with you, are much better served if we're in the room and at the table than outside the room.
Yeah,
when we pull out, China fills in. And when we pulled out of the WHO, who is then in a position to better dominate it? China.
Well, we were in the World Health Organization before the outbreak of the pandemic, and I understand the administration's position on this and the UN Human Rights Council on engagement. I get it. Yeah. But I do think it does send a mixed message, and when you head to Anchorage, I would urge you to not let them misinterpret that as weakness. And I don't say that you're weak, but I'm just saying that could be perceived as a position of weakness and appeasement. I think that the administration is going to have a difficult time when you're across the table from a member of the Politburo on that point. On the Human Rights Council, on February 8th, you announced that the U.S. was rejoining the UN Human Rights Council. As you know, this is a council with China that you admit is committing genocide, authoritarian and communist regimes like Cuba, Russia. Since its founding in 2006, the Human Rights Council has not passed a single resolution condemning any of these countries. Meanwhile, Israel has been the target of 90 separate condemnations. Mr. Secretary, how does rejoining the Human Rights Council and legitimizing the Council, which is a platform for Chinese Communist Party propaganda, how in the world does that in any way hold China accountable?
I guess two things. One, I share your concerns, as we discussed a little bit earlier, about the Council, about its unfairly singling out Israel. When we were a member of the Council, we managed to turn off a lot of those efforts. When we were outside the Council, no one was there to do it. So we're much more effective when we're there. Similarly on China, again, I agree with you, but it's interesting. This is the one area where the Council actually has put the spotlight on China's human rights.
My time has expired, but we want to hear the plan
The
when you
gentleman's
re-engage.
time has expired.
I yield back.
I now